go forward with this practice, or whether you just understand the idea of how powerful the mind actually is. And that as you work on your bag, you also have to work on your mind. So let's give Mr. McMillian and his assistant another round of applause for coming here and sharing with us and opening up our mind to how other people do things to succeed. And this time, we started to run short on time, but I got some special people that want to talk to you. And I'm going to ask them to come on up, and they're going to tell you where they're from, a little bit about them, and why they are here today. Come on, gentlemen. I don't want to take away from their presentation. I will let them bring it to you in their own way. So I'm going to introduce them as the gentlemen.
How you guys doing? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
We're brothers of Alpha Phi Fraternity Incorporated Pi chapter here in the undergrad chapter in Cleveland, Ohio. My name is Marlon Burton.
Charmine Gaston. And Elijah Green.
So we had heard about this event and just wanted to come out and give, just a few words to the youth here. Really, we just want to share like some of our experiences and how we got our back, in a sense. So, me personally, I feel like we're all on a journey to chase our bag, all of us on our way to graduating college. We all attend Baldwin Wallace University, by the way.
What university?
Baldwin Wallace University. And
BWC.
I feel like just chasing your bag, giving you guys a word, is really, for me, it's opening your mouth and allowing yourself to get support from people that are larger than you, and just having the drive to do it. I used to be very closed off and just like closed-minded, try to do things for myself, by myself, and really networking and making sure that I talk to people in the field that I want to go into, and not just that, but also just anybody, especially men of color who have gone on to do great things and know much more than me. It just can be a great support system with whatever you want to do.
I think for me, one of the main things, and when I was really thinking about what do I want to share, what advice can I give that I've learned, I think that the greatest thing that I've learned is that I have to be confident in me, because in this world, there's so many people that are going to talk down on you, that are going to say that you can't do it, but the sky is the limit, and just what we did, it's all in the mind. If you can believe in you, then you can do anything. And I think that that's the greatest advice that I was ever given, and that I wish to pass on to you as well, especially being, I know you've heard it multiple times, of being the future of this world as a youth. I mean, that is so very powerful. And understanding how powerful you are as a young black man being raised in the world today, with opportunities that are out there, if you just simply seek them, and if you go out and chase your dreams, anything that you want to do. Earlier we were asked, what do you want to do when you grow up, if that's a lawyer or a doctor or anything like that. Dream higher. If people aren't laughing at your dreams, then they're not big enough. Because everybody's going to try to limit you. If you say, oh, I want to be a doctor, there's going to be some people along that way that say, oh, why don't you just be a nurse?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But that's because they don't know how great you are. Only you do. So it's all in the mind. And that's the advice that I have.
The advice I would give to you, back home, I'm actually from Florida, so coming up here from going to Baltimore University, first of all, it was a scary thing at first. I had to take a leap of faith, coming from Florida, not knowing anybody in the state of Ohio. One thing that my father always taught me was your attitude determines your altitude. And so that always stuck with me when I was young. So like I didn't realize what it really meant until I actually got to college. And so I was like, okay, your attitude determines your, it just stuck with me, it just kept on me. Your attitude determines your altitude. And so as I was actually preparing to go to college, not knowing where I wanted to go, I was like, man, I don't know where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to community school, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. And so my dad just told me, he just kept saying to me, your attitude determines your altitude. So what I want to say that is, I actually put that in my bag. And that's one of the things I want to talk about, things that the tools that are in your bag, like the toolbox. And so every time I would do something, I always have a great attitude about something. I would have a great attitude if it's playing sports, a great attitude in the classroom, a great attitude just talking to certain people. And I never really realized what great of a tool was just to have a great attitude about something, because basically a lot of people will say is okay, what a lot of people say is like, oh, if you have a bad attitude, it's gonna lead you the wrong way, it's gonna do this, it's gonna do this, it's gonna do this. But like, if you just have a great attitude about something, no matter how hard it is, no matter the situation, it's always gonna be fine. That's in my opinion. No matter if something bad happens, something that bad happened for a reason, you have to basically take the good out of the bad and say, okay, I'm gonna take my good attitude out of this and move on. And come strap my boots up, tie my tie, keep going, and keep on pushing. And so that's one thing I would like to say is basically that's in your bag. That I would recommend you guys having a great attitude about life, having a great attitude about your education, having a great attitude about sports if that's something you want to do, having a great attitude about anything that you want to pursue in life. And that's the thing that's been helping me, and it's the thing that keeps helping me day by day. So it's a great person.
Any questions? Any questions? I have a question. As a black man striving to get through college, why? What possessed you to join the fraternity?
Well, a lot of people will say there's a term called a legacy. And so a legacy is a person someone that has a father that was in the fraternity that I'm in today, Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. So a lot of people, when they say, okay, my father's an Alpha, that's the reason why you joined, that's not the reason. The reason why I joined is the fact that my father put people around me to basically, because he wasn't the type of person, okay, he wasn't the type of person that wanted me to actually just join it for something that he's a part of. He wanted me to join it for something I wanted to do by myself, because I'm my own individual. So he put people around me that were in his organization, basically like encouraged me to do certain things. Those are people that were my mentors, were my father's friends. And so going to PWI at Baltimore University, yeah, I would say it's a very tough thing to accomplish, getting a degree. Seeing that every year, the colored students, Hispanic students is decreasing, and to see that it's something that is just it's mind-boggling to see like how many people year after year after year are not actually attending college. It's even my friends back home. I try to encourage them to go to college. Basically, like, this is your life you're dealing with here. It's your life you're dealing with, and you're trying to mess it up. And I try to encourage them to do that. But to go back to your question about the fraternity part, it has enhanced. So like a lot of people say, oh, it's gonna make you do this, it's gonna make you do this. No, it's not gonna make you do this. It's gonna enhance something that's already there. So like deep down for me as a person before this, I was a leader, but I wasn't a leader. I wasn't a leader. Let me put it this way. I wasn't a leader to the audience, but I was a leader on certain little aspects of showing. But this enhanced me to actually become a more vocal leader. It's something I'm still working on, but it's just the fraternity is basically enhancing things that I've already that were in the limelight.
In your back.
Yes.
In my back. How about you, young man?
I think that when you think about who we are and who Alpha Phi Alpha is, and you understand what the mission and the purpose, and the historical purpose and why it was created to develop leaders to go out, reach out into the communities, all the different things that we see, wrong, and instead of just being a bystander, seeking ways to improve upon that, and being at a college where I knew I wanted to make a difference in the world. It only made sense for me to join with other like-minded individuals that were seeking the same thing as well, that we knew we could hold each other accountable, that we could go on this journey of life and create change and speak out to the youth to raise up generations of prosperity, of hope, of change in the world.
Going to college, everyone tells you to get involved with them. And they don't really tell you what that entails. You can join little clubs on campus, tutor students or something like that. But when you want to do things that are much bigger outside of your school, it's like, what can I do to impact a community? Like, this has nothing to do with our coursework at all. So it's like, I want to make a difference in someone's life. I want to change them for the better. And joining the fraternity, you can't do that alone. As black men, coming together is what we need to do to have a greater impact. We've seen it all through history.
Amen.
So just joining forces, everyone coming together as individuals to be one mind is exactly why I joined, just to make a difference, create something bigger, create new things every day that are going to change the world for the better.
So if I hear you correctly, I hear you three men saying that you are a group of like-minded men, correct, that are reaching out together as brothers to enhance and develop and to increase your bag so that you can go out into the world and help others that are like-minded or that are like you to work on their bag to be better as well. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, sir.
Oh, so y'all brothers, y'all fit in. Welcome, my brother. Welcome. I want to thank these young men. I had to bring them up because they have another event to attend, but I appreciate them being concerned about what's going on in their community. See, I'm at one level because I'm older and I have a wealth of wisdom. They're at another level, maybe a little underneath me, and they have a group of wisdom. But we all band together as brothers to work on each other. They help me. They help me today. I help them. I help them today. And that's what brotherhood is all about. It's about one reaching back to help another. So they're going to be reaching back to you. I'm going to be reaching back to you. And together, we all can get better. So give these young men a round of applause for taking out their time to come and see us today. Thank you.